is about lipids. Okay, so namaste students. So today in this session we will discuss about the lipids. So in the last session we have discussed about the amino acid. It is one of the biomicromolecule. Today we will discuss about the lipids. So these are considered to be the biomacromolecules. Though they are having 800 daltons of molecular weight, but still they are considered to be the biomacromolecules, and it is mainly due to they are found in the acid insoluble fraction, right? So here lipids are normally water insoluble. Okay, lipids are normally water insoluble. So these lipids are mainly a combination of fatty acid as well as the glycerol. When we do the hydrolysis of lipid, we will eat fatty acid as well as the glycerol. They are esterified because the bond found in them is the ester bond. Okay, when the fatty acid joins with the glycerol by the bond known as the ester bond, that is why fatty acid is esterified with the glycerol. Okay, so they form a lipid. Now, one of the simple lipid is nothing but fatty acid itself. Fatty acid itself is considered to be a simple lipid. So here, where the fatty acids, they are the long chains of organic acids consisting of carboxyl group. Okay, long chain of organic acid consisting of carboxyl group, and it is attached to the R group. Okay, it has carboxyl group which is attached to the R group, and this R group could be either methyl, okay, or it is C2H5, or it is higher number of CH2 groups, that will be around 1 to 19 carbon, maximum of 19 carbon in the R group. Okay, so fatty acids are the long acids which consists of carboxyl group, and it is attached to the R group, and this R group could be either CH3 or C2H5 or higher number of CH2 groups, that may be around 1 to 19 carbon. For example, we have palmitic acid. In case of palmitic acid, it is consisting of around 16 carbon including carboxyl carbon. So here you can check the structure of palmitic acid. So this is the structure of palmitic acid. CH3, CH2, 14COOH. There is a carboxyl group and these are the R group. So you can count the number of carbons. So that is 16. So 1 here and it is 14, total 15. Including carboxyl carbon, total it is 16. So next one more example is the arachidonic acid consisting of 20 carbon including carboxyl carbon. Okay, R group will be around 19 carbon, including carboxyl carbon they have 20 carbon. Okay, so that is about fatty acids. Now these fatty acids, based on the presence of double bond as well as absence of double bond, they are classified into saturated fatty acid as well as the unsaturated fatty acids. So there are two types, saturated fatty acid and the unsaturated fatty acid. Saturated fatty acid refers to there are no double bond between the carbon. They have single bond. So here you can see only single bonds are there. They have a single bond or there is no double bond between the carbon, then it is known to be the saturated fatty acid. For example, palmitic acid. It is a saturated fatty acid consisting of single bond. Next, there is a unsaturated fatty acid. There is a presence of one or more double bonds between the carbon. Okay, one or more double bond between the carbon, and that is known to be the unsaturated fatty acid. For example, oleic acid. Okay, oleic acid, and that is known to be the unsaturated fatty acid. Okay, so these are the types. This is very important for exam point of view. What are saturated and unsaturated fatty acid? Differences can be asked. Okay, differences can be asked about saturated as well as the unsaturated fatty acids. Next, one more type of simple lipid is nothing but glycerol. Okay, fatty acid is a one simple liquid and glycerol is a one more type of simple lipid. When they combine, they form a complex lipids. So glycerol, which is also known as a trihydroxypropane. Glycerol is also known as a trihydroxypropane because they have 3 OH groups. They have 3 OH groups. These 3 OH groups undergoes a condensation with the fatty acids. Whereas 3 OH groups undergoes condensation with the fatty acid. By the formation of ester bond, they will form a monoglycerides, diglycerides or triglycerides. Okay, so fatty acids esterified with the glycerol and forms monoglyceride. One fatty acid and one glycerol forms monoglyceride. Two fatty acid and one glycerol forms diglyceride. Three fatty acid and one glycerol forms the triglyceride. So triglyceride is considered to be the complex one. Okay, so these triglycerides are simply known to be the oils as well as the fats. So what is the difference between oil and as well as the fat? You can just take an example of whatever the commercially using oil, sunflower oil or the gingerly oil. All these will have a low melting point. That is why they remain as a liquid during the winter also. When we compare it to the ghee or dalda. Okay, ghee especially that will be solidified under low temperature. So that is nothing but a fat which will have high melting point. Okay, so even there is the presence of waxes, oils, fats as well as the wax, beeswax. Okay, all those are nothing but commercially used in the industry. So that is nothing but the oil, fats as well as the wax, all those are comes under lipids. Okay, so you can check the structure of triglyceride. Okay, in the structure of triglyceride, which is consisting of 3 R groups. So R1, R2, R3. As I told, 3 fatty acid combines with the glycerol and forms the triglyceride. Where the 3, see here, CH2, CH, CH2. The OH group undergoes the condensation here. So the OH group undergoes the condensation with the fatty acid and forms the triglyceride. So that is regarding to the triglyceride. Okay, so here the fatty lipids which can be further classified into simple lipid, conjugated lipid, okay, derived compounds. So there are different kinds of lipids. Simple lipids which will be consisting of only fatty acid as well as the glycerol. Okay, and the conjugated lipids, other than glycerol there may be some other substances, or with these there is also presence of some other substances. All those are considered to be the classification of lipids, which is not included for your theory part. Okay, so lipids, they are generally water insoluble. They could be simple fatty acids, where the fatty acids are the long chain acids consisting of carboxyl group and it is attached to the R group. This R group may be CH3, C2H5 or higher number of CH2 groups, the groups which will be around 1 to 19 carbon. For example, we have palmitic acid consisting of around 16 carbon including carboxyl carbon. Arachidonic acid has 20 carbon including carboxyl carbon. So whereas regarding to these saturated and unsaturated fatty acids, saturated fatty acids consisting of single bond between the carboxyl carbon. So between the carbon they don't have double bonds. Okay, example palmitic acid. Unsaturated fatty acids consists of one or more double double bonds between the carbon. For example, oleic acid. One more type of simple lipid is nothing but a glycerol. Okay, so the glycerol, which is also known as a trihydroxypropane consisting of 3 OH group. So these glycerol undergoes esterification with the fatty acid and forms the monoglyceride, diglyceride, triglyceride. Okay, so triglyceride could be simple as oils, fats as well as waxes. Oils are having low melting point, for example gingerly oil. Fats are having the high melting point, for example ghee. Okay, so here you can see the structure of triglyceride consisting of 3 groups. Okay, so this is regarding to the lipids. Okay, so next we will also discuss a few examples for these lipids. Okay, so here we'll see some of the examples for these different kinds of lipid. One of the very important is a phospholipid. A lipid which is also consisting of phosphorus group or phosphorylated compound. So here you can see phosphorus group or phosphorylated compound, and that is phospholipid. Okay, one of the best example for this is the lecithin, which is mainly found in the cell membranes. These lecithins are mainly found in the cell membranes. Other than these, if a lipid is consisting of a sterol group, lipid with the sterol group, and that is known to be the cholesterol. Okay, lipid with the sterol group, and that is the cholesterol, and this is the structure of cholesterol. So, other than these, even in the case of nerve cells in the brain, there is also presence of some of the lipids such as sphingolipid. All these are also found in the human body. There are various kinds of lipids, okay, which are mainly found in the human body or the other organisms. The best example which is mainly found in a lipid which are found in a living cell membrane, and that is known to be the phospholipid. Example is lecithin. Okay, so here one more phospholipid is the cephalin. Okay, lecithin and the cephalin are the best example, but in your NCERT they mentioned only lecithin. So your NCERT point of view for the theory, lecithin is very important. Normally they ask examples. So that is regarding to the lipids. So next we will move on to the nucleotides. See, in the living systems with the carbon compounds, where there is also presence of heterocyclic ring structures. There are certain compounds which are consisting of heterocyclic ring structures, especially those are nothing but the nitrogen bases. So there is a presence of nitrogen bases, where these nitrogen bases are mainly divided into 2 types. One is purine and one more is pyrimidine. Okay, nitrogen bases are divided into purines and pyrimidines. Okay, so purines are mainly 2, adenine and guanine. Purines are mainly consisting of 2 ringed structure. So this is the example for purine. So this is the adenine. The structure of adenine, you can see here there is a presence of 2 ringed structure. That is adenine. Whereas in the case of pyrimidines, they are mainly having a single ringed structure. So there are 3 pyrimidines, includes thymine, uracil as well as the cytosine. Thymine, uracil as well as the cytosine. Our genetic material is nothing but DNA, as well as one of the very important nucleic acid, RNA. DNA and RNA are the important nucleic acids. They are mainly consisting of these nitrogen bases. Okay, so here these nitrogen bases will combine with the sugar. Okay, nitrogen bases. So these are the nitrogen base which will combine with the sugar and forms nucleosides. Okay, so nitrogen bases that combines with the sugar and forms the nucleoside. So next we will discuss about the nucleosides as well as the nucleotides. Okay, so next is about the nucleoside. So nucleoside is nothing but a combination of nitrogen base plus sugar. Okay, sugar is nothing but, which is a sugar here? Sugar is a pentose sugar. 5 carbon containing sugar nothing but ribose sugar. Okay, when a nitrogen base combines with the ribose sugar, it forms adenine combines with the ribose and forms adenosine. Guanine combines with the ribose and forms guanosine. It is a nucleoside. Okay, whereas thymine combines with the ribose sugar forms thymidine. Uracil combines with the ribose sugar forms uridine. Cytosine combines with the ribose sugar forms cytidine. Okay, adenosine, guanosine, thymidine, uridine as well as the cytidine are the nucleosides, where it is a combination of nitrogenous base plus ribose sugar. Now this nucleoside, where this nucleoside combines with the phosphate group. Okay, so the nucleoside combines with the phosphate group and forms the nucleotide. Okay, nucleoside combines with the phosphate group, forms the nucleotide. So here you can see these are nucleosides. Adenosine, adenine plus this is a ribose sugar, structure of a ribose sugar, adenine plus ribose sugar, adenosine, and this is uracil plus ribose sugar forms uridine. Uracil plus ribose sugar. Ribose is a 5 carbon containing sugar. Okay, it is a monosaccharide, so it forms the uridine. Whereas in the case of nucleotides, we have adenyllic acid, guanylic acid, thymidyllic acid, uridylic acid as well as the cytidyllic acid. These are the nucleotides where it is a combination of nitrogen base, sugar plus phosphate group. Nitrogen base, sugar plus phosphate group forms the nucleotide. There are about 5 nucleotides here. So you can check here, this is a phosphate group, this is a nitrogen base and this is the sugar and that forms the adenylic acid. It is a nucleotide. Where these nucleotides are the building blocks to form a DNA or the RNA, that is the nucleic acids. So we have mainly 2 types of nucleic acid, that is DNA as well as the RNA. Deoxyribonucleic acid as well as the ribonucleic acid. So in most of the cases where these DNA as well as the RNA acts as a genetic material. Okay, in most cases DNA is having a only function, that is as genetic material. But in case of RNA, there is a presence of different types of RNA. There are no different types of DNA. Only there are different types of RNA. So in case of different types of RNA, we have messenger RNA, mRNA, ribosomal RNA, rRNA, transfer RNA, tRNA as well as the genetic RNA. So there are no different types of DNA, but there are different forms of DNA. We have different forms of DNA such as bDNA, cDNA, zDNA. So there are different forms of DNA. So that is regarding to this, where nucleotide is a biomicromolecule, where these biomicromolecules are combined to form a biomacromolecule, where nucleic acids are the biomacromolecules. So regarding to the biomacromolecules, we will discuss later. So in today's session we have discussed about the lipids. Okay, lipids are water insoluble. We also discussed about, first foremost thing about the lipids, as well as we discussed about the fatty acid, we discussed about the types of fatty acid, we discussed about glycerol and the esterification of glycerol with the fatty acid with the monoglyceride, diglyceride as well as the triglycerides. With triglycerides, oils and fats. Okay, oils and fats, and the examples based on they are the melting point. Okay, so then we also discussed about the structure, different structure of phosphorylated fatty lipid, that is the phospholipid, lecithin, as well as the cholesterol, structure of triglyceride, structure of glycerol. Okay, all those, as well as we also discussed about the nucleotides. Okay, where the nucleotides, which are mainly consisting of nitrogen bases, there are mainly 5 types of nitrogen bases, includes the adenine, guanine, thymine, cytosine as well as the uracil. They are distinguished into, they are further classified into purines and pyrimidines. Purines are mainly consisting of 2-ringed structure. Pyrimidines are consisting of single-ringed structure. Purines include adenine, guanine, and pyrimidines include thymine, cytosine as well as the uracil. Okay, so these nitrogen bases combines with the sugar, that is nothing but a pentose sugar here, ribose, and forms the nucleoside, where nucleosides are adenosine, guanosine, thymidine, uridine as well as the cytidine. Okay, and these nucleosides are combined with the phosphate group. These will combine with the phosphate group and forms nucleotides. Nucleotides include adenyllic acid, guanylyl acid, thymidyllic acid, uridylic acid as well as the cytidyllic acid. These nucleotides are further joined to form a DNA or RNA. They are the very important nucleic acids. Okay, so the DNA as well as RNA, they are the major genetic materials. DNA is majorly having a function as a genetic material, whereas in the case of RNA, other than genetic material, they also have some other functions because there is a presence of different types of RNA. Okay, so this is regarding to the nucleotides as well as the lipids. Okay, so in the upcoming classes sessions, we also discuss about the primary and secondary metabolites, as well as we will discuss now biomacromolecules. So these are all biomicromolecules except lipid, and we will discuss about the biomacromolecules in the upcoming classes. Thank you.